stay until the end of this video and share this video with your friends and family. On this channel, folks, I always do my very best. In providing you with the most up-to-date and reliable stimulus check information. So it means a lot to me if you guys can subscribe to my channel. Everybody, let's get into the most important news first.
My Republican colleagues, who, by the way, went to war in Iraq, went to war in Afghanistan, and forgot to pay for those wars, which will end up costing us between $4 and $6 trillion. They have now decided that they want to balance the budget on the backs of the elderly and the children and the most vulnerable people in this country.
Joe Manchin confirmed Sunday that he would not vote for President Biden's $3.5 trillion spending plan, drastically reshape the nation's social safety net. Joe Manchin, everybody, holds a key vote in a narrowly divided Senate. He was asked by CNN about Chuck Schumer saying that he will move full speed ahead with the package. Joe Manchin responded and said he will not have my vote on $3.5 trillion, and Chuck Schumer knows that.
Has at least one Democrat, but probably a few more, including Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia, saying, not so fast. In an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal, Manchin called for a strategic pause, writing, I've always said if I can't explain it, I can't vote for it, and I can't explain why my Democratic colleagues are rushing to spend $3.5 trillion.
So in another interview, Joe Manchin questioned why Democrats were pushing the legislation through the Senate at such a fast pace. In fact, Joe Manchin told NBC, we don't have the need to rush into this and get it done within 1 week because there is some deadline we're meeting or someone's going to fall through the cracks. I want to make sure that children are getting taken care of, that people are basically having an opportunity to go back to work. We have a total of 11 million jobs that we haven't filled. 8 million people are still unemployed. What do you think about Joe Manchin, folks? Is he the one holding back our stimulus payments? He already said many times that he will not approve President Biden's new stimulus bill. So is Joe Manchin holding back the stimulus checks, folks? Tell me what you think in the comments below.
On the legislative front, the Senate will pick up exactly where we left off last month. We'll continue our fight to preserve voting rights for millions of Americans. And of course,
now everybody, for Bernie Sanders, this is what he's saying about the fourth stimulus bill, as well as Joe Manchin. Bernie Sanders told CNN and blamed Senator Joe Manchin. Bernie Sanders said,
"Want to cut Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. My view, and we've introduced legislation to do this, is that not only are we going to stop them cutting Social Security, we are going to expand Social Security."
It's absolutely not acceptable to me. I don't think it's acceptable to the president, to the American people, or to the majority of the people in the Democratic caucus. This is a consequential bill. It is hard to put a bill like this together. And at the end of the day, I believe we will. So folks, the massive $3.5 trillion 10-year plan would address a number of Biden's priorities, like education, climate change, and immigration. Joe Manchin urged Schumer to slow down and give lawmakers more time to discuss the spending bill and how it will be funded. Bernie Sanders said he's willing to give lawmakers more time to discuss the package, but insisted that time is ticking. House Democrats want to raise the corporate rate to 26.5% as part of nearly $3 trillion in tax increases to defray the cost of the next big spending package, which while boosting the top rate for individuals to 39.6%. And everybody, the Ways and Means Committee is also planning to call for a new 3% surtax on people making more than $5 million, as well as increasing the top capital gains to 28.8% from 23.8%. Representative Richard Neal also wants to raise taxes on multinational corporations, overseas profits, tighten state tax rules, and pared back deductions for some unincorporated businesses. And the representative wants new limits on supersized individual retirement accounts, additional restrictions on deduction companies take for highly compensated employees, and new watch sale rules for people who own cryptocurrencies. These proposals would be the biggest tax increase in decades and appear to be enough to cover most of what even progressive Democrats hope to spend on their coming reconciliation package. Lawmakers want the money to finance a dramatic expansion of the government's social safety net. The proposals, everybody, said to be formally unveiled as soon as Monday, would also amount to a major step forward for Democrats as they sort out their plans for what would likely be the most consequential legislation of the Biden administration. And Neal's proposals, which are sure to be controversial, will be his chamber's opening bid negotiations with the Senate as they consider a menu of possible tax increases. And the Democrats' proposal to increase the social safety net through the $3.5 trillion reconciliation budget bill is taking shape. The House Ways and Means Committee, which is responsible for writing up the tax provisions, released a 645-page portion of their proposal. Included in the newly released section is a 4-year extension of the changes to the child tax credit for the 2021 fiscal year. As well, more children will now be eligible to receive the monthly advance payments, with the requirement for a child to have a social security number dropped. The proposal by the House Ways and Means Committee will extend the changes made to the child tax credit in the American Rescue Plan until 2025. The monthly advance payments per child of $250 for those 6 to 17 and $300 for kids under 6 would continue over the next 4 years. In order to continue receiving the payments in the coming years, families will be required to reaffirm the eligibility each year. The IRS will maintain the online portal if created for parents to update the information as their financial or family situation changes. But children may still be automatically enrolled for the advance payments, based on the information obtained from the government programs or birth records. Folks, that's all the news in this video. If you found this video useful and helpful, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, share this video with your friends and family, and give this video a like. Until next time, everybody, have a great day and stay safe.
In American jobs, American families, and the fight against climate change. Over the August state work period, I remained in constant communication with chairs of the Senate's relevant committees, as well as with the Speaker and the White House, including the President. I am pleased to say we have made substantial progress in translating the provisions of the budget resolution into policies we can pass into law. As we continue our work over the next few weeks, I want to take a step back and explain why this legislation is so important. For far too long, millions of American families have worried that the American dream has increasingly fallen out of reach. Too many in the middle class are just struggling to stay there. Too many who are trying to get to the middle class find the ladder up steeper and steeper. Today, the costs of raising a family, saving for college and retirement, getting a good paying job, and affording health care have become very, very high. As a result, that sunny American optimism, so key to our national identity, has been replaced by a growing sourness and divisiveness in the land. We have to do better, and we will do better. With this legislation, we have a once-in-a-generation opportunity to rebuild our economy and rekindle faith in America's future. It will include the largest tax cut for the middle class in a generation. It will include provisions that are both critically important and overwhelmingly popular with the American people, from strengthening child care and education to making health care more affordable for millions.